Now, what we are seeing today are the only 9 best faceless YouTube niches that work in 2026. We're going to look at them. But before we go any further, please, I'm going to call upon the people who have forgotten to subscribe to this channel. Please hit that subscription button. Look at it right now and subscribe, because we bring you videos about various faceless YouTube niches that you can start, easy niches that you can go into and be able to make money. So if you want to be a part of a channel that is constantly making research about working YouTube niches, please subscribe to the channel, and thank you. So now this one that I brought you today, it is in the shipwreck niche. They have 68 videos and they already have 5.1 million views. Now, what do they really showcase? They're showcasing about showcasing videos that are talking about mostly ships that are wrecked, but ships that were forgotten. Now, there are different kinds of ships ranging from the famous Titanic ships to other infamous ships and different kinds of items that were forgotten, mostly the ships that sank in the waters. And when you look at their videos, their thumbnails are quite super easy. And when you look at their videos, the footage is very, very simple to get, because it is footage that you can be able to get from someone who is a video editor. And with that, you can be able to add on various narrated stories that relate to these wrecked ships. And when you look at their videos, the channel is quite working out well. These videos are very, very new. This one 4 weeks ago already, 187,000 views. I want us to go and look at the most popular videos, because that is very important. When you look at the most popular videos, mostly it's the videos are 1 month ago, and it already has 1.6 million views, 1.2 million views, 388,000 views. I believe there are very, very many chances of you thriving in this space, because there aren't many channels who are doing these kinds of videos. Now, what I told you earlier, when you go into any niche, there is something that you need to look at. You need to look at a space where there aren't very many channels who are doing those kinds of videos, but the demand is high. When you look at these videos that were watched 2 months ago, 1 month ago, they are already thriving. That means that the demand for these kinds of videos is present and the supply is low. So this is one of the niches that you can go into and be able to perform very, very well. So let's go to the next channel in the list. This one, it is in the travel niche. They have 212 videos, but they already have 12 million views. Now, this channel is very simple, and I'm going to show you how you can be able to create it, because mostly what they are doing, they are creating 4K walking tours of cities all around the world. That is basically what they're doing. Now, how do you get footage to these walking tours? What you're going to do, you're going to sort out the services of someone who edits these videos, and that is very, very simple. The other thing that you are going to do, you're going to source out different kinds of people from various cities. And these people can be able to get you access to this footage from various cities. You don't have to travel to those cities specifically. But if you can get an assistant, someone who can get you footage from those cities, walking around the city, it is very easy for you to highlight and edit that very footage and put it up. This is one of the simplest channels that you can do, because when you look at what they are doing, they are simply just walking around these cities. It is basically that. There isn't anything much. But even when you look at their thumbnails, the thumbnails are quite simple. They show images of those some parts of those very cities, and a very broad white text, which is quite consistent. So the consistency of the thumbnails, but also when you look at the footage, the videos are quite lengthy, over 1 hour ago, and some videos actually they are over even 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. So you're going to get access to someone who's going to get you footage that is quite lengthy, and with the lengthy footage, you're going to have access to a higher revenue when it comes to AdSense, because people are going to watch for a very lengthy time. Many people have not had the chance to travel to these cities, so they really want to know about those various cities, and that is where you come in to showcase them and be able to earn effectively from such a channel. With such a channel, I believe you can earn more than $20,000, because when you look at what they are saying here, it is in between 2,000 and 7,000. But I want you to look at these people. They are not posting on a daily basis. So if you are able to get footage from various cities and you are posting on a daily basis, you can double that or you can triple that income, and you can be able to earn over $20,000 from such an easy channel. Now this one is in the car niche. I love it. It's called Monster Car Revival. Now what are they doing? They are bringing these broken cars and they are trying to rebuild them into working functional cars. They have only 145 videos with 9.3 million views. That is quite something good. The number of views are quite high, but also when you look at their kind of thumbnails, the thumbnails are quite simplistic. They really show the elements that of the cars that they are trying to revive. But also when you look at the choice of the titles, the choice of the titles is also superb. They are doing well. And when I want us to go and look at mostly the oldest or the popular videos. The most popular video here, it already has 2.3 million views. The other one, the next one, has 1.6 million views, 744 million views. That means this channel is doing quite well. I want you to look at the average view length of this channel. So the average view length of this channel is already over 18 minutes. That is long. That means this channel is going to get much more ads when it comes to AdSense, and they are making more money. Here the estimated earnings are in between $4,000 to $13,000, but I believe they are earning more, because this is an estimate. I believe they are even doubling that money. They could be earning over $30,000 when it comes to these kinds of videos. And there is nothing much. What you're going to get is you're going to get footage from the garage about that particular car. And the other thing that you are going to do, you're going to get instrumentals or music related instrumentals that you add on those videos. There isn't any explanations that are put on these videos, and the videos are doing well. So that means it is simplistic and it is easy to do, so you can be able to jump into this kind of niche. Now this one, it is in the crime niche, and what they have done 140 videos. They already have 32 million views, and that is quite much. And what are they doing? They're using 3D animations and other different kinds of footage that they have put up to narrate various haste videos. Now what they are doing, it is basically making narrations of various hastes that happened and how people executed that. People really love to hear these kinds of stories. And when you look at the simplicity of their thumbnails are quite simple. Topics are well chosen, and the thumbnails are quite revealing and connecting very well to the topics that they are talking about. I always tell you that when you choose any niche, you want to capitalize on very simple ways of how you can create thumbnails that effectively connect to the titles. That is very important because before people click on your videos, they just want to first of all understand your videos from the basis of the titles and the thumbnails. That is very important. So when you're going into any niche, you want to master those and be able to create them in a much more better way, so that as you go on to showcase what you've talked about in the titles and the thumbnails, you are going to outperform other people. And this channel is doing quite well in that. When you look at the videos that have outperformed others, here they have videos with 4.6 million views, videos with 3.8 million views. That means the channel is working out well, and you can be able to go in and replicate this and make money. Now let's go to this one. This one is very simplistic. It's a simplistic character, and what they really do, they're selecting different kinds uh, of stories, mostly about history's deadliest generals, most brilliant philosophers, richest tycoons, and they are showcasing these in a much more better way. So basically, it's a history-related channel, but the way they showcase these items, it is mostly in terms of comparisons. So it is a comparison history related channel. But I want you to look at the consistency of the items that I see when I look at this channel. I want you to look at the thumbnails and the style of the thumbnails. The style is the same for all these videos. Same style that they are having. And when you look at the number of videos they have only 12 videos, and they already have 317,000 views. Now that is quite a lot. I want us to look at the oldest video that they have. The oldest one is 1 month ago. So this channel started 1 month ago, and already these videos are blowing up. When you look at the most popular videos, most popular ones, 146,000 views. This one, 59,000 views, 50,000 views. So that means there is demand for these kinds of videos. People want to know if there are historic events or different kinds of people, how do they compare to each other? And you having to compare them, like how this channel did, then they have an upper hand of thriving, and they are thriving in this history space. I always tell you that when you go into any niche, you want to also niche down to specific aspects that you can highlight very well. You don't want to just go into a broader sense of where there are very many channels that are not working well. If they're not working well, you get a niche of how you can represent that information in a much more better way. And when you look at this channel, they did that very well, and they are thriving. And this is one of the channels that you can be able to emulate. Maybe do something that is slightly similar to what they've done to be able to thrive and make money from this kind of faceless YouTube niche. Now let's look at this one. This one is very simple. What they are showcasing, they're showcasing futuristic cities and how they are going to look. Now people always want to go and look into how the future will look. This channel is bringing that future closer. They're using AI generated videos to be able to create these kinds of scenarios for the futuristic cities, and they are showcasing them very well. They have 35 videos, and they already have 1.8 million views. That is quite a lot, because with only 35 videos with 1.8 million views, it's quite a lot. But I want you to look at what they do in terms of how they create the thumbnails. The thumbnails are quite capturing, because for someone who wants to look into the future and they want to get to see these futuristic cities, if they see the thumbnails, they would love to click and get to see how will the future look, because they are talking about years like 230, 245, which is far ahead of what where we are currently. So people would want to look into the future and be able to understand how the future will look. The other thing that I've noticed is that the footage is quite simple. So you can be able to create this footage using tools like Seed Dance, which is an API that is coming from a company called ByteDance, the owners of TikTok. You can also use VO3 to create these kinds of videos. But what I have noticed that something that you can be able to improve when it comes to such videos. They are doing these videos, but their videos are quite short. They are not even, most of them are not even 5 minutes longer. So this is something that you can capitalize on. When you want to go into this space and you want to capitalize on AdSense, you want to make these videos quite lengthy. You want to create videos that are 10 minutes longer or even 15 minutes longer. It would be quite interesting to take people to this journey, narrate to them these scenarios and how various aspects of those cities are going to look like in that particular year, or for that particular city that you are talking about. That will put you ahead of such channels, because now that you've known that the channels really perform and there is demand for these kinds of videos, you can do them, but you can capitalize on doing longer videos and be able to also create footage that is quite engaging. And I believe you can be able to thrive in this space. Now, before we go any further, for the people who have not yet subscribed to the channel, I'm going to call upon you, please subscribe now, because we bring you videos about faceless YouTube channel niches and faceless YouTube ideas that you can capitalize on, easy ideas that can help you to make money. So if you really are looking to make money, I want to call upon you to please subscribe and never miss these videos, because each and every video we bring new niches that are working, niches that you can capitalize on, niches that can help you to make money. So thank you if you subscribe. Let's continue. Now this one is mostly a US based faceless YouTube channel, and what they have currently, they have 38,000 rather 3.8 thousand subscribers, 39 videos, and 394,000 views. What are they talking about? It is basically a channel that is talking about the forgotten towns and bustling cities in the United States. Basically, the aspects that they bring are those aspects that are affecting people mostly in the United States. And when you look at their thumbnail, the thumbnails are quite simplistic, simple thumbnails. And when you look at how they craft them and the videos that are working out very well, they are mostly about things like homelessness, poverty, people who sleep on the streets. These are things that are really happening in various cities. So when you bring them and you showcase them, and these things are happening currently in the United States, it's a very good chance for you to thrive in this space, based on how you get to narrate these videos and put them out. Also, what I've noticed is that you want these videos to be quite lengthy. You can make the videos quite lengthy, but also you want the videos to be informative, because people really want channels that are going to bring content that is quite informative. And I believe this is one of the spaces that you can go into and dominate if you're looking for faceless YouTube channel ideas that you can be able to start. Now, this one that is next, it is in the one niche. When you look at the videos they've done, they have 22 videos and they already have 733,000 views. That is quite a lot. When I look at what they are doing in terms of their thumbnails, the thumbnails are quite simplistic, but they are engaging. They show activity that truly connects to what they are talking about, because they are talking about brutal deaths and various things, atrocities that happened during various wars. And when you look at their thumbnails, the thumbnails quite connect to the titles that they have. When you create a thumbnail is like something that tells the silent story of your video. So the thumbnail must connect with the title, and it should tell the silent story of your video. So what they've done with the thumbnails, they're doing that quite very well, and it is something that you want to emulate for each and every faceless YouTube channel that you start. Even if you're starting any channel where you're showing your face, you want to also create thumbnails that are really quite engaging, and they connect, and they are doing this very well, simplistically well. And when you look at what they have done, the videos are really getting audience and they are blowing up. You also want to look at the most popular videos when you're going into any niche, because you want to see what videos are really working out well and why did they work well. When you look at the videos that are working well and you look at their thumbnails and you connect the things, the activities that are happening in the thumbnails, because the thumbnails are divided into two elements. One element of that particular person, and the other on the left, which shows the activity of what they are trying to emulate, what really happened. And when you look at that, it is really working out well for this history channel. So it is something that you can take as inspiration to do something that is slightly similar to what they have done, or to go and niche down in the history niche to something that is quite similar and be able to portray the same emotions, and also do videos that are quite engaging to earn money. But I believe it is a space where you can still earn more money, because people are looking to know of history in various different ways. Now this one also is very simplistic. It is in the crime niche. I can call it the mafia niche. They have 97 videos and they've done already 979,000 views. Now, when you look at what they're doing, they're mostly showcasing real crime underworld stories. That is what they're showcasing, mafia related stories. Now, these stories are mostly about mafia families and characters who were in various cities. Their thumbnails are quite simplistic, but the videos are working out well. The videos are blowing up very well. How they narrate the videos, it is quite simplistic. It's not like you're going to have so much footage that you are going to use to make these narrations. But when I look at the videos are quite lengthy. So they engage people for a very lengthy time. When you look at their average view duration, so the average view duration for each person who watches, it is over 48 minutes. That means that their ad revenue is quite high when it comes to people, because people are watching for a very lengthy time. So even with this channel, the revenue per million can even go up to $20 if people watch for a lengthy time. And when you look at the estimated earnings, it's in between $5,000 to $14,000. I believe the actual earnings are even more, because these are estimates. The actual earnings are even more. It could be even getting over $30,000, because the average video length is quite lengthy. So with this kind of channel, you want to get topics that are quite engaging. But also, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. When you look at these thumbnails, they're quite simplistic and they're working, so you can copy that. When it comes to things that really scale and work out on YouTube, you want to emulate the things that work out. And how do you look at them? You want to study the patterns. When you go to do niche research, you are studying the patterns of things that are working out, and you want to capitalize on those that are working out, to do things that are slightly similar to what is working out. For the things that are not working out, you want to maybe get to improve on them, and so that you can be able to thrive into that space based on the knowledge that you have about any niche, and this niche is also doing well. Now, this one that we have, it is mostly a history and financial related niche. It's called History Meets Finance. When you look at the videos they've done 134 videos, and they have 7.2 million views. Now, 7.2 million views with 134 videos, it's quite much. What are they doing basically? The videos that they are putting out, it is content that is mostly connecting about events that happen in the history events, but mostly financial related events. And that is what they are doing. So they are bringing these history events and connecting them to finance, and that is working out quite well. I want you to look at the simplicity of their thumbnails. The text is quite highlighted, but also the characters are quite highlighted, and the thumbnails are quite historic. They are quite historic, and they connect very well with the theme of the history meets finance, which is working out very well. This video was done 5 days ago. It already has 109,000 views, which is quite promising when it comes to what they're doing. But what I've noticed is that they're not putting out videos on a daily basis. They put out this video 2 weeks ago, and then they put one out 5 days ago, this one 3 weeks ago, 1 month ago. So they are not quite consistent. So with consistency, you can be able to capitalize. When you go into such a space, you can be able to capitalize on the consistency. But also, when it comes to the video length, you want, when you go into such a space, you want to do videos that are quite lengthy. If their videos are ranging from 17 minutes to 18 minutes, 16 minutes length, that is something that you want to change. You want to do videos that are quite lengthy, videos that are maybe 30 minutes longer, because when you do these kinds of videos, you are going to outperform such channels that are not doing videos that are lengthy, and channels that are not putting out videos that are consistent to their audiences. Now, if you love and really love the videos and the YouTube faceless niches that we bring on each and every day, I'm going to call upon you to please subscribe to this channel, because you want to get fast access to these niches, but also new niches and evergreen niches that are printing lots and lots of money. Please subscribe to this channel, and see you in the next video.